You know, there's been a lot that's been said about WWE going back to the brand split. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on it. This has been reported on by Thursday. Came out Thursday. I didn't do this. Um, that WWE is going to go back to the brand split. Gonna be going back to co-branded pay-per-views for the rest of the year after WrestleMania 34. So the last brand exclusive pay-per-views are the Elimination Chamber and Fastlane. After that, it'll be completely co-branded pay-per-views and potentially 5-hour shows going forward. My tongue is blue because I just ate an airhead. What's good, Josh? Your boy Coach Train. Back with another video, and today's gonna be me going over WWE going potentially going back, give me my thoughts on WWE going back to co-branded pay-per-views. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on it. I'm gonna give you guys the pros, the cons, which are a lot of cons, and the pros, the cons, and my overall thoughts on this. And will this be a glorious or a failure, or a colossal failure in your face? I'm going over this real quick. Before we get in there, guys, I'm sorry I did not stream today. I had a couple issues with getting the stream together. It said it could not connect to the server like 5-6 times, and I really did not want to do it. So I'm gonna try tomorrow. When I get home tomorrow, I'll try to stream for you guys tomorrow. If not, if we're still having issues, I'm gonna have to figure out the break of the problem, so I can stream for you guys. Again, I'm very, very sorry about that. Your boy is back in his full business. I had took Thursday, Friday off, and took Saturday off because I was not home Saturday, so really could not record for you guys. But I'm back today with Train Talks. Not gonna be on here too long. I'm gonna go over this, and I got John Cena. What's John Cena potentially doing at WrestleMania 34? His opponent is revealed. Is it The Undertaker? We'll find. We'll find out. I'll tell you guys and in Train Talks. What does Sports Kita think that John Cena WrestleMania 34 opponent will be, and I give my thoughts on that at the end of the video. Now let's go over this brand exclusive pay-per-views and WWE potentially going to 5-hour B plus shows like let's say your fast lanes, your elimination chambers, your payback, your backlashes. All those pay-per-views, apparently according to K-Side Seats, will be 5 hours with this brand new co-branded thing with WWE. Now, number one, the co-branded thing. Number one, what are the pros? Number one, the shows are going to be more stacked. Number two, you're not going to see the flaws in the women's divisions of both shows. Number three, the overall pay-per-view will be better better match-wise, but quality-wise, it probably won't be because look at Survivor Series was great last year. SummerSlam was disappointing. WrestleMania was disappointing. Royal Rumble last year was but the undercard was disappointing. So you get what I'm saying here. So basically, co-brand pay-per-views, they're a hit and miss. Some of them are good, decent, great. Some of them are disappointing and trash. So that's the major side. So we could potentially be getting better pay-per-views over time, but then again, that could mean anything. The cons, the mid card. Now JD went over this in this video. He told you the reason why this is going to be a failure, because like it was in 2010, basically because the mid card. Let's see, like guys like Rusev Day, Aiden English, and Rusev, Ty Dillinger, those guys are not going to get a chance to shine. They created the brand's extension because of the biggest roster they have in years. This is the reason why we have the brand split. But since you're going back to co-branded pay-per-views, those guys will not get the opportunity to shine like they should. and that's going to be disappointing. So you see, basically going to go back to the old school style of running things with 2 world championships. And again, WWE is not like me. I usually put my world titles at the end of the show. Back in 2010, when they did this cobranded thing, whenever it was whenever it was going on, and at the end of the stage in 2010, 2011, the world title started off the show. It was in the middle of the show. It was being defended in 18 seconds. It was being defended in 4-minute matches at one point. It was just awful. When they had those Corbin pay-per-views for Raw and SmackDown, they were awful. They were awful, man. Because they ruined the big gold belt with the World Heavyweight Championship. Because of what they did with it. They put it at the beginning of the show, the middle of the show, 18-second matches, 5-minute matches. That's not your book or world title. No, that's absolutely not. And that's why I'm afraid that WWE is going to screw this up. They're going to screw this up. I'm telling you guys. That's why I'm not afraid. That's why I'm not in good opinion with this co-branded stuff. You create the brand split to create new stars. So far, you have the Braun Strowman is a. You want to say the brand split? How many stars the brand split created? They created Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman was nothing before the brand split. He was just some guy in the Wyatt family. And then when he was drafted to Raw, he broke out, and now he's one of the biggest successes that WWE has had in a long time. Braun Strowman is awesome at what he does. And if it wasn't for the brand split, Braun Strowman would probably still be in the Wyatt family. And more than likely. But the brand split changed this young man's career. I mean, look at Finn Balor. I couldn't use Finn Balor as an example. Finn Balor got worse. I mean, look at Elias. Elias would not be as near as good as he is right now without the brand split. Bobby Roode. Even though he's not a heel and he's not that good right now, because babyface Bobby Roode is cringe. Heel Bobby Roode in NXT was glorious. He's still glorious, like me, by the way. But the babyface one, he got to go. No, heel Bobby Roode. Thank you very much. Heel Bobby Roode is better. I mean, all these guys, I could go on for days. Samoa Joe. All these guys will not be big stars like they are without the brand split. They won't. Because if WWE goes back to co-branded shows, co-branded pay-per-views, they're going to put the bigger guys like the Reigns, the Cenas, the Ambrose, the Rollinses, the guys like that in the main event and take up all the TV time for those people. And the small guys like Rusev, Aiden English, Dillinger, Rude, even though they probably won't win by Rude, the Mahals, all those guys are gonna take a back seat. They're gonna take a back seat, just like they did in 2010, and ruin them, and put them in comedy relief stuff, and it's gonna be trash. I'm telling you guys this now, gonna be trash. That's my thoughts on it. Overall, it's a decent idea, but it has its problems. A lot of problems. So why did you create the brand split in the first place? Even though you're retracting your statement when you have the biggest roster ever. The reason why people are not coming to these shows is because of lazy writing, not being creative, same old garbage every single week, and laziness. It's laziness. A lazy tag team division, lazy women's divisions on both rosters. The SmackDown tag team division has a lot of potential. The SmackDown Women's Division roster is terrible. The Raw Women's Division roster is terrible. And I completely agree with JD. It should have been one title per brand. One Women's Championship probably on Raw. And you should have put the tag teams on SmackDown Live. We should not have 2 sets of Women's Championship. We should not have 2 sets of tag team championships. We should have 2 World titles, 2 mid-card titles, and 1 women's title and 1 tag team title. And that's how you're supposed to book the brand split. Simple, not that hard to do, but WWE can't do that. And it can't be like me running 2 quality tag team divisions in Universe Mode and running 2 quality women's divisions in Universe Mode. They're not like They're not like most YouTubers who can fantasy book and make things make sense. This is the WWE we're talking about, and they have been trashed for the past 2.5 years, as creatively wise and booking wise. That's my thoughts on WWE going back to co-branded pay-per-views. Now let's get into this John Cena news real quick, and I'll end it right here for your weekend. Your Train Talks episode 35, part number 2. John Cena said some interesting words on this week Monday Night Raw. According to KSI Seats, his WrestleMania 34 opponent is scheduled to be none other than The Undertaker. So rumors are probably going to be still true. Is right now Cena's opponent still to be is The Undertaker in the WWE Dream Match. However, the match will not be closing. Instead, betting odds indicate it will be Reigns and Lesnar for the prize Universal Championship. Of course, Vince is not going to allow Cena and Taker to close, even though that they're his two biggest stars that he's ever created. They're still not going to close because it's the Roman Reigns show. You people should know this already. Roman always wins. It's Raw. Roman always wins, and Roman Reigns will main event his 4th WrestleMania and 4th straight WrestleMania in his career. Last year, Undertaker took on Roman Reigns and suffered a crushing defeat at WrestleMania 33. He left his hat and coat in the middle of the ring, as many fans speculated that he had retired for good. I thought so too. I thought he was done. Since then, many rumors emerged that he will be making a comeback. We spoke to JBL in an interview where he indicated that he did not know if The Undertaker was done. Bruce Pritchard went on to say The Undertaker has been looking better than ever. This week on Raw, John Cena said the following during his opening segment: WrestleMania can bring a legend back from the dead, and that's what got people talking all week about Taker opportunity coming back for sure. He wanted to detonate that if he lost the championship, he had no way of making it to WrestleMania. This leads us to believe in the report that we leaked in this article, suggesting that The Undertaker and John Cena are a collision course because Roman Reigns is slated to win at the Elimination Chamber for sure. Because I don't want to see Cena and Brock Lesnar again. God, no, please. At the same time, even the match of the match 2 would not close the show. Instead, it will be Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, who will battle in the main event match. Reigns has been in the main event of WrestleMania 3 years in a row, and this could be his 4th year in a row, guys. It will be his 4th year. If the rumors are true, this will be his 4th appearance in succession, closing out WWE grandest pay-per-view. Told you. 4th year in a row. We thought anything would happen to the Elimination Chamber based on the events that transpired at the pay-per-view. The WrestleMania matches will be determined. Things are getting exciting on the road to WrestleMania 34. Fans had wanted to see The Undertaker with John Cena for a really long time. It should have been at 30, but they gave us Bray Wyatt and Cena. No, it should have been John Cena with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30, or they could have did at 29 and did CM Punk versus The Rock. That would have been better than Cena versus The Rock again. WWE missed that opportunity to do CM Punk versus The Rock at WrestleMania. It should never been in a room in 2013. It should have been at WrestleMania where it belonged. Could have had built around it. That could have been one of my favorite feuds. But WWE ruined that with bringing The Rock back and him winning the WWE Championship. I mean, come on, guys. It should have happened at 30. It should have happened at 31. Come on. Instead of having Johnson and Rusev undefeated streak, Cena should have fought a returning Undertaker. 32 was perfect, but Cena was injured. And 33 was perfect last year. But nope, they want to give us a mixed tag team match. Really? Now you're going to do it now. Because you have nothing else for John Cena now. Wow. 33, 31, and 30 would have been perfect. Because the streak would have been alive in 30. 31, you still had an Undertaker trying to make a comeback to show that he still got it. 33 was perfect because Undertaker was on his last legs. He could have retired last year without coming back and then retiring. You had a perfect story right there, but WWE didn't do it. Sad. It'll be cool to see Undertaker wrestling once more if he's fit to compete. it's ironic though that the winner of the Royal Rumble will not get a chance to close the proceedings at WrestleMania 34. Now in my universe mode, Braun Strowman and Nakamura will close WrestleMania 30. Will close WrestleMania 32 in my universe mode. I'm not gonna have Undertaker close WrestleMania. No, the winner of the Royal Rumble always should close WrestleMania 30. Should close the WrestleMania main event. He should main event WrestleMania 30. WrestleMania. Not be in the third to last slot, which I presume that the WWE Championship will be. It'll be Nakamura Styles, then Cena Taker, and then Lesnar Reigns to close the show. That's not a bad order to close. Those are 3 awesome matches right there. But still, the WWE Champion, the Royal Rumble should always close the show. But that's not happening this year. Hope I enjoyed the Train Talks is bigger and better than ever, man. Thank you guys so much for all the support. See you guys in the next video. Remember to be glorious at everything you do. Peace.